It takes tremendous power and split-second timing to propel a 60-foot boat across water at top speeds. Championship rowing looks effortless and graceful, but it's a highly demanding technical sport. Join us at Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, where one of the world's top rowing coaches shares his secrets, and we make our own adventure on Trailside.
Trailside is brought to you by Chevy Tahoe, encouraging you to find your own little part of the planet. And by Michelin, makers of the X1. For 6 years, Trailside has brought you thrilling off-road adventures come rain or shine. For on-road adventures, there's the Michelin X1, because so much is riding on your tires. And Pacific Trail, makers of recreational outdoor wear for every family member. Pacific Trail, helping to keep the outdoor enthusiast warm, dry, and outside.
At Harvard University, the tradition of championship rowing runs as deep and wide as the Charles River. America's first intercollegiate sporting contest was a rowing match between Harvard and Yale in 1852. Harvard won that first race and has gone on to claim countless other titles. Trailside co-host Julie Dauphiné caught up with head coach Harry Parker during his dawn to dusk training schedule and discovered that rowing is an intricate balance of timing, skill, power, and teamwork.
There's a special feeling along this famous riverfront, broken only by the determined grit of Harvard's championship rowers. They're here every morning, working relentlessly to try to shave seconds off their strokes. Over the past 35 years, Harvard has had more than its share of glory on the water, thanks in no small part to their head coach, Harry Parker. Coach Parker?
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Please call me Harry.
Oh, I will. It's great to be here. Thanks for taking some time out to show me the sport of rowing.
Well, you're welcome. I'm looking forward to it.
Where do we start?
Let's start by looking at the boats.
Okay.
We have several classes in rowing, 8s, 4s, pairs, singles. These happen to be some 8-man shells up here. You'll notice that each boat has space for 8 separate rowers, seats, stretchers, riggers. This boat is a 4-man shell, space for 4 rowers. And then we also have pairs and singles. We'll take a look at those later.
Okay. Now, I've always heard that rowing's a pretty physically demanding sport. Is it an okay sport just for the average person to get into?
Sure it is. Yes, it can be demanding, and certainly top racing is demanding, but it's also very pleasurable. You don't have to do it at high intensity. Almost anybody can learn the skills.
Right. I mean, my parents actually just took it up, and they're in their early 50s, so that kind of inspired me to take it up, too.
Great. Good for you.
Yeah. Now, are there different designs between men's boats and women's boats?
A little bit, yes. They're very similar, but there are some differences. We happen to have a brand new women's racing 8 right here, built by Pocock Racing Shells in Seattle, Washington. You'll notice that it has a somewhat futuristic rigger design made out of carbon fiber, which is very lightweight and strong. The seats are also out of carbon fiber. The boat is designed to accommodate the height and weight of the women.
It's beautiful. Now, what's the empty space back there near the stern?
That's the coxswain seat. Coxswain is the person who steers the boat and gives the crew their orders or their commands.
Right. Do they yell, or do these megaphones?
Yeah, they used to. We don't do that anymore. They now have a microphone that's hooked up to speakers inside the boat. It makes it much easier for the crew to hear the coxswain's commands.
Great.
Let's go on and we'll take a look at some of the other boats.
Sounds good.
This is a pair, Julie. You'll notice there's space just for 2 persons in this boat.
Okay. Is there a difference between sculling and rowing?
There is a difference. In rowing, each person has just 1 oar each. You'll notice in this boat that there's a rigger on only one side for each rower, whereas in sculling, each person has 2 oars, and there has to be a rigger on both sides of the boat to accommodate those oars. This is a double, and you'll notice that at both seats you have riggers on both sides of the boat.
Right.
We also have a single up here with the same configuration.
Oh, now that looks like a fast boat.
That's a very fast boat.
Does Harvard also compete in sculling?
No, we not outside the university. We have a very good recreational sculling program, but our main competition is in the 8s.
I hear you guys have a really good record in the 4s and 8s.
Well, we've done very well in recent years, yes.
That's quite a feat.
Thank you.
And this boathouse is really neat. Is there more to it?
There is indeed. Let's go up and we'll take a look at it.
Okay. Well, Harry, you've obviously taught tons of people how to row in your career. What's the best body type when it comes to rowing?
Well, there isn't any one best type, Julie, but it does help to be tall and generally on the lean side.
Okay, well, I don't really have the height, but I really want to learn. I wanted to learn how to row since I was about that high.
Well, I'm sure you'll do fine, and this is a good opportunity. Let's go in and I'll teach you the basic rowing strokes.
Sounds great.
Ah, Julie, there you are.
Yeah, gosh, this is a fantastic building.
Well, this is the upstairs of the boathouse. It obviously has a great tradition. This is where we do most of our indoor training now.
Okay.
And nowadays we do most of that training on the Concept 2 rowing ergometer.
Right, now I've seen these in the health club. I've been on them a few times. I'm sure my form is definitely not perfect. I'd love some pointers.
Well, we can do that. Maybe we could get Bill here to help us out.
Okay.
Julie, this is Bill.
Hi, Julie. Nice
Hey,
to meet
Bill.
you.
You too.
Bill is going to demonstrate the rowing stroke
Great.
for us.
So, Bill, I guess you must be the master at this, huh?
Oh, no, still learning, Julie.
Julie, the rowing stroke is essentially continuous, but when we talk about it, we break it down into segments. This is the beginning position, or the catch. Then we have the drive, when we're pulling on the oar.
Okay.
Finish position, and then the recovery.
Okay, now it looks deceptively easy.
Well, it is a little deceptive. There are some points that you have to pay attention to. At the catch, you have to have the arms extended but not tense.
Okay.
The legs fully compressed with the shins about vertical. The body pressing forward. And then on the drive, you drive initially with the legs and then with the back and the arms into the finish position. At the finish, the legs are down, the body is steady, and the arms relaxed. Then the recovery, you begin with the hands and arms, then the body, and then the slide.
Okay, I think I can keep track of all of that.
I'm sure you can. You ready to give it a try?
Definitely.
All right. Why don't you take a few strokes, and I'll get a mirror, which will help you work on your form.
Sounds good.
That's good, Julie. You're making good progress. You might want to try to keep your knees down a little bit longer before you come forward, and
Okay.
then get those legs onto it.
Okay.
There you go. That's good with the legs. Yeah. Now
Okay,
you get
that
some
feels
power
good.
into it. Good.
Yeah, it's a good workout.
It is a good workout. In fact, rowing on the ergometers is an important part of most rowers' training programs now. And there's even a competition for people who just row on the machines. And there's an unofficial world championship. And
Really?
the first one of those was right here at this boathouse.
Wow, I bet that's pretty competitive, huh?
Very competitive.
So is there a way that Bill and I can row together so I can watch his
Sure,
technique
let's
and
take a
learn?
few strokes here.
Okay.
And just follow one
forward.
another.
All right. Oh, definitely using your legs a lot.
It does indeed. Yeah, you're making good progress there. That's good. That's good. You know what we could do now is we could go down and you could row together in the rowing tanks, and you get a little
Right.
better feel for the sweep action.
Okay, I'm there. Lead the way.
There we go. Let's do it. Okay, Julie. Now you're rowing.
This feels awesome.
Well, you're doing really well.
Well, I've had some good tips from Bill.
Yeah, it's a little more challenging when you have that oar to deal with.
Oh, yeah, definitely different than the ergometer.
You have to worry about dropping it into the water properly, keeping the right level all the way through, and then when you take it out, feathering it properly.
Yep. I can't wait to get out on the river.
Well, we should do that soon. Why don't you and Bill take a few more strokes, and I'll go get the boat ready.
Okay, Harry, so is this the boat we're going to be using?
This is the boat, Julie. This is a four-man shell. We'll be rowing this along with these guys.
Okay.
Initially, they'll just sit in the stern and keep it steady, and you and I'll row. And once we have the hang of it, they'll join us, and we'll see how fast we can go.
Sounds good. Now, the boat looks pretty narrow.
It is pretty narrow, and it's long. It's designed for speed. It's less than 2 feet wide. But with a little practice, you can keep it on keel.
Okay, all right. Is this different than rowing a single?
It is different. In the single, each person has 2 oars, and it takes a little more skill to get used to that, and the boat is very unstable.
Okay, right.
These are the fellows who are going to be rowing with us. It's the coxswain.
Hi.
Hey, Mike.
Steers the boat and gives us all our commands.
Okay.
This is Brendan. He's a 3-man.
Hey, Brandon.
And this is Jess. Jess is the stroke. Jess
Okay.
sits in the stern, and he sets the rhythm. We all follow him.
Okay, all right. So what are we for?
What are we for? We provide the power.
All right.
Good.
I'm glad you
Good.
said that. So is there anything I have to watch out for when
A couple
I'm
of
out there?
things you have to be careful of. One is you have to really be careful about the balance. You have to sit over this keel. You have
Okay.
to keep your hands level. And the other is when you're pulling through in the stroke, you have to be careful that the blade doesn't get caught in the water.
Okay, so take it out quickly?
Yeah,
or-
and cleanly. Otherwise,
Okay.
if you get caught, it's called catching a crab, and it's
I've heard of that.
very upsetting to the boat.
Right, the oar comes right back and hits you.
That's
Okay,
right.
let's
All
avoid
right,
that.
let's get started. You take right there.
Okay. So Mike, you give the commands, is that
Yes, I
right?
do. Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's have hands on. Up the shoulders and up. Okay, let's sidestep it. Here we go. All right, here we go. Swing that bow.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. All right, way enough. Overheads and up. Just toe to the edge here, walk right to the edge. Okay, roll to the waist and roll it. All right, out and in. Ready, out. Okay, good.
Okay, Harry, what's the best way to get in a boat like this?
Well, you have to be pretty careful, Julie, because the boat is unstable and it's also a little bit fragile. You step right in the center of the tracks. You make sure your oar's in place.
Okay.
Hold on to the gunnel and then just ease yourself in, like
All
so.
right. Now,
Put your feet right in the shoes, not in the bottom of the boat.
okay.
Then take your shoes off after you're in the boat.
Okay, kind of like doing a one-legged squat.
There you go,
too.
exactly.
All right. Sit back, put my foot in the center, hands on the gunnels. All right.
Excellent. I think we're ready.
Can't wait to get started.
Let's do some rowing.
That's it, Julie. Try and carry those hands a little bit lower as you cross the knees there. That's it. Keep that blade up off the water. Good.
That's it, good. Just before you put the blade in, your seat's going too fast.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Let it slow down right there. You feel a little resistance in the legs. On your ankles, use some resistance in your ankles
Resistance, huh?
so that your legs won't bend quite so fast.
Okay, okay, all right.
That way the seat won't move. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good.
Wait up.
Feels great.
You're doing really well, Julie. You're being much more patient now, giving the boat a chance to come under you and the blade to drop in.
Okay.
What do you think? You ready to try all
Oh,
four?
definitely.
Good. Now, when we row all four, you have to be careful of a few things. One, the balance gets more tricky. You have to be very careful to keep the hands level. Everybody in the boat has to do that.
Okay.
And the other is you have to be very careful to move in time with the people in the stern. You have to follow Jesse's oar quite carefully. Rowing all four or all eight in an eight requires a lot of close attention and also a lot of confidence on the part of each member of the crew in each other.
Okay.
You have to rely on the other person in the boat to be doing his best or her best at the same time that you're rowing. And when everybody in the boat does that, then the boat moves really well.
It must be an incredible feeling.
It's a great feeling when the crew gets rowing well together. What do you say? Let's give it a try.
I'm ready.
All right, let's have all four at the finish. Okay, all four sit ready. Ready, row.
little bit here. Take a power 10. We'll do it 2 strokes. Build it up to full pressure now. All thanks.
A little higher.
One.
Cadence. Not too fast.
2. Get those legs down. Here we are. 1. 2. Big thing. That's it. Good pressure now. 3. That's good. Stay relaxed on that slide. Nice and easy.
Balance.
Wait up. Drop it.
Woo! That
Well,
was awesome.
That was good. We had some good strokes there.
Yeah, I love it. It feels so good. We're flying.
That's good. Well, you can see there are a lot of things to think about out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm so concentrated. I thought it looks easy from shore, but when you get out here, it's just really focusing in on Jesse's oar.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, you're doing a great job out here today, Julie. It's really impressive for your first time. One thing you might want to keep your mind on is, as we're coming up the slide to take another stroke, we want to have all 4 sets of hands in the boat level. That'll really help us out with the balance today.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, Harry, you've coached for so many years and given people so many tips. What's your favorite aspect of coaching?
Well, I'm still just fascinated by the whole process of making a boat go fast, of the oar taking hold of the water and the boat accelerating by it. And it's also really satisfying to see the different rowers get that and get excited about it.
Right, I've heard that rowing is such a good teacher, and I can see why.
Well, you have to learn not only concentration, but you have to have a lot of self-discipline, and you have to learn to deal with quite a bit of frustration.
Yeah, right, not be too hard on yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll remember that. Well, I love it. I'm so psyched.
Good. Well,
Great.
maybe we should try it in an 8 now.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Sit ready. Ready, y'all. Row.
Boy, this looks like it stretches on forever.
Well, it's 60 feet long.
Now, how does it differ than a 4?
The 8's going to be a little faster, so you'll have
Okay.
to be a little quicker with your movements.
All right. Hey, guys.
All right, what do you say? Let's get started.
All right, starboard, 1 foot in. Sit it.
And now you get
Okay,
in.
right here.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice and long, nice and relaxed.
Keep the cadence down. A little pause at the finish, Danny. A little more time at the finish. Good.
Slide easy. Genius. Good.
And right for the right-hand arch, Jason should do it. That's good. Doing really well.
Smooth, baby. Loose.
Take your time. Take your
Loose
time.
slide, easy.
Take your time coming up on the seat. Yeah, there you go.
Genius. Good.
Good.
And let's go ahead and let her rest. Down. And check it.
Woo! That was great. It felt like we were just gliding along the water. Harry, how many strokes a minute were we going?
You're rowing about 20 strokes a minute.
What do you guys typically do in a race?
Oh, 36, 38.
Okay, I'm going to need a lot more time for that.
We'll get you ready.
So what's the difference? How much more important is technique versus strength?
Well, it's clearly very important. As in any sport, both strength and technique are important, but in rowing, technique is critical.
And technique takes quite a while in this sport, I think, to learn.
It does take a while.
Yeah, but I love it. I'm willing to learn it. You guys ready? Let's do some more.
Hands around 2/3.
Yeah, so cool. Ray, is that you? What are you doing out here?
Same as you, learn from the best. This is Radcliffe Crew. It's an outstanding women's crew team.
Yeah, they look pretty awesome. I don't see you with an oar in your hand.
No, I'm going to watch for a while first, kind of get a sense of it visually.
Oh yeah, that's a good plan. And then you're gonna head back to the boathouse and work on your technique a little bit?
Well, right now we're going to go out and I'm going to watch them drill on some of the finer points.
Sounds like a good idea. Well, I think I'm ready to pick the pace up a little bit. What about you guys?
Let's do it.
All right.
We're gonna go up only for the finish. Ready, all, go.
Very impressive. Good job. I don't want to make it too hard on Julie. If it goes too fast, then I know what that's like. Oh no! I'm in over my head.
Need 2.5. Excellent.
Good and strong. I like this job. This would be a fun job.
Team rowing is one of the most exhilarating feelings I've had in sports. There's nothing like pushing your body to the limit. But even more gratifying is the feeling you get with the whole team. I'd really like to thank Coach Harry Parker for sharing his world-renowned expertise, and the rest of the Harvard crew team for all their encouragement. Well, we're going to head out and work on increasing my stroke rate. And when I get back home, I'm definitely finding a rowing team. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
The time-honored, elegant sport of rowing has broadened dramatically in recent years. It's no longer only the pastime of Ivy League universities. Today, high schools, colleges, and private rowing clubs across the U.S. offer the chance to test your mettle in the water or in the gym. I'm going to go work on the stroke basics before I head back out into the water. I'll see you on the next Trailside.
Available now, the complete series of Trailside illustrated guides, hiking and backpacking, bicycling, kayaking, cross-country skiing, and fly fishing. To purchase, call 1-800-TRAILSIDE, 1-800-872-4574. home video of this program, as well as other programs in the Trailside series, is available for $19.98 plus shipping and handling by calling 1-800-TRAILSIDE, 1-800-872-4574.
Trailside is brought to you by Chevy Tahoe, encouraging you to find your own little part of the planet. And by Michelin, makers of the X1. For 6 years, Trailside has brought you thrilling off-road adventures come rain or shine. For on-road adventures, there's the Michelin X1, because so much is riding on your tires. And Pacific Trail, makers of recreational outdoor wear for every family member. Pacific Trail, helping to keep the outdoor enthusiast warm, dry, and outside.